Hi everybody, we're happy to announce the general availability of version 2.2 of LASR, and I wanted to let you know what's new in this version. I'm going to break with our little convention here and actually jump right into the middle. Probably the neatest thing that is new in this version is the Target Templates plugin. Target Templates allows you to draw different shapes of targets and different zoned targets so that you can only use up one of your 9 targets for a multi-zone target, and that allows you to better highlight the area that you want to shoot at. So let's take a look at that. The Target Templates plugin is found in the plugins window here, and you need to enable it. And then once you've enabled it, you can click on the options, and you can go ahead and turn on the target templates that you want to use. So if I wanted to use the FBIQ, for instance, and then I also had a couple of IPSC targets turned on, I can close my plugins window. And now, down here on the lower left, when I open my drop-down list, I see all my different templates that I'm able to draw on the picture coming from the camera. So that's the Target Templates plugin. Stay tuned, there will be a separate video just on that plugin, and we'll explain how to incorporate the scoring plugin with it and that kind of thing as well. Suffice it to say, though, I've already drawn an IPSC target, and I've more or less lined it up real quick with my different target zones. And so if I click on the Start Shooting button, and then I put some shots on the target, you can see over in the timesheet that it also tells us the zone that the shot landed in now. So target 1A, target 1C, target 1D, those coincide with the A, B, and C and D zones in the typical IPSC target. So that's Target Templates in a short little blurb there. Hopefully that is useful. I should mention that that is a plugin. That is extra functionality that you will need to purchase, but like all the other plugins, that is something that we've tried to keep the cost down on, so it's not prohibitive if you do need that functionality. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back and look at what else is new in LASR. One of the other big things that is different in this version is that we've tried to make LASR smarter so that it doesn't report multiple shots on really long trigger pulls on CERT devices. So basically the old version had a setting called expected time between shots. Expected time between shots was a little bit complicated to explain. Once you understood it, it wasn't bad, but it did take just a little bit of getting used to. And so what we did is we took that out, so you no longer have expected time between shots. Now LASR is smart enough that it's going to try and figure out when the shot starts and when it ends. So if I take a really long trigger press on this target and take another one and another one, you'll see that I'm only getting a single shot reported. And if I take a really, really long trigger press, then LASR thinks that maybe there's something wrong with the light because that trigger press was too long. And so it'll throw us a little warning here on the upper left. It says possible lighting issue. Let me zoom into that. And it's basically just kind of giving you a hint that, hey, it looks like the lighting changed. Maybe you want to recalibrate. And it's pointing at the button that you need to use to recalibrate. So I'm going to go ahead and click recalibrate. That will also come up if the light changes. So if your lighting changes in a dramatic way, or if it's unable to detect shots because lighting is getting worse, it will throw that error as well. So just pay attention to that and make sure that you do click the calibrate button when you see it. All right. Next on the list is that we added the ability to disable laser color detection, and I should mention that laser color detection is disabled by default. Before, over in the hit list, you would see the color of the laser behind the shot number. A lot of people didn't need that because they weren't using 2 different colors of lasers, and they didn't really need to differentiate between shooters. And so we added the ability to turn that on and off. It is off by default, like I said. To re-enable it, you just go into settings here, and on the right hand side just click on the laser color detection checkbox there, and it'll turn to on. and then you're going to be able to use all of those color detection features that you had before. Color detection is one of those things that has been built into LASR almost from the very beginning, but we do know that a lot of people don't use it, so we went ahead and made it an option. All right, last on the list are two new special purpose targets. Special purpose targets have been around for a couple versions now. The first one is the start-stop shooting, and the next one is the reload magazine special purpose. So let me go ahead and draw a couple targets. I like square targets for my special purpose targets, so hopefully I won't draw them too small. I can actually hit them. It looks like our light is changing there. And let's go ahead and go into target options, and we'll turn target number 2 into a start-stop shooting special purpose. Okay, so now that that is selected, I can shoot it once, and it's going to start the timer. And if I shoot it again, it will stop the timer. So this is useful for drills where you want to do multiple strings at the same time, but you don't want to clear your results. One of the things that is nice is if I click on, or if I shoot the start shooting and then I put some shots on the target, I can go ahead and stop the timer. It is now stopped, and I cannot put shots on the target anymore because the timer is stopped. Now if I start it by shooting target number 2 again, I can go ahead and place more shots, and so on and so forth. So now this actually is way more useful when it comes to timed drills that have par times and that kind of thing. You can start and stop and then go back and look at your results afterwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the reload mode special purpose. That's the plugins window. Let's go to the settings window instead. We're going to enable reload mode, and when we do that, as always, you'll notice the virtual magazine shows up over here. It's got 7 rounds in it right now, and I can go up to my target options, and in target options I can turn target number 3 into a reload special purpose. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close that. So now when I shoot number 3, it's going to reload my magazine for me. So I had 7 rounds in my magazine, so I'm going to put a couple rounds on the target. So there's 2 rounds. I should have 5 left, and if you go down and you look, we certainly do have 5 rounds left in our magazine. Okay, so now if I shoot target number 3, it's going to reload the magazine for me, and because I have it set to a random number between 2 different numbers, it actually reloaded 8 rounds for me. Okay, so now the magazine has 8 rounds in it. And so you can reload your virtual magazine from across the room without having to go click on something on the computer. We hope that that is a nice feature for those that use reload mode for their practice. That is pretty much the highlights of what's new. We've done some reworkings of the shot detection. We've done some kind of under the covers stuff that make LASR better and sort of open it up for later expansion. There's good things to come. We do appreciate your business. Please let us know if you have any suggestions. We love to hear from our customers. As always, we hope this is useful, and we appreciate you. Thanks. Bye.